The Knicks just finished defeating the Toronto Raptors by the score of 136 to 130, and Chris and I are here to break it all down. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel and Chris from Knicks Digest. And Chris, let's jump right into the game. I think the first thing we need to talk about, we need to give your boy some praise. Julius Randle playing like a monster.
It was unreal. Absolutely one of those games where you see how electrifying Julius Randle can be. Because at times we obviously have seen a different player. But when Randle gets going like this, when he gets that competitive streak going, he just lights up. He got those MVP chants at the Garden. That is very rare for Julius because how Knicks fans are pretty against each other when it comes to how they feel about Julius Randle. But he had a tremendous game tonight. 34 points. He had 30 through the first three quarters. And then obviously, when it came down to clutch situations, he had a huge basket. When he hit that turnaround jump shot right at the shot clock buzzer, that was a huge turning point. It was a 4-point game. He extended it to a 6-point game. And then the Raptors turned the ball over on the next possession down because Randle had taken all the momentum that the Raptors had gotten to cut it back to a 4-point game. So Randle did everything right today. Tremendous game from him. I was thrilled.
I feel like you're expecting me to say something negative.
I had to hype it up just in case.
No. I'm not. See, listen, like I keep saying, I'm a realist, bro. I just talk about what I see. And tonight was just all positive. Julius Randle was quick with his decision making. He was extremely aggressive going to the hole. He played to his strengths, which is what I want to see Julius Randle do. I don't want to see Julius Randle try to make the game a lot more difficult than what it is. If his shot isn't falling, there are times where he stays on the perimeter and he shoots. Okay, if your shot is not falling, attack the rim. That way you see the ball go through the net, and that way you can ease yourself into the game. But tonight, Julius Randle had it rolling. So if he stayed in the perimeter or if he was attacking off the dribble, like anything was gonna work. Anything was gonna work. So like but Julius Randle, I just critique with what I see. But since the game is over and since I saw the whole game, I can't critique because we got the W, and Julius Randle was the main reason why we got the W. And that kind of goes into my next point with Brunson. Brunson finished with 21 points, and if you're kind of like a casual NBA fan, like if you're looking at the box score, 21 points, 7 of 12 from the field, and 3 of 5 from three-point. Like, that's not a terrible game. But if you were watching a game, those 21 points, it didn't seem like it had an impact. And Jalen Brunson, most of the time, when he has really good games, yeah, the numbers are really great. You're looking at 30 points, 35 points. But the difference is that you feel it. You feel those points. You feel the impact. Some of those points might come in the clutch. Some of those points might come when we really need them. But tonight, I don't know. I don't know if it was Brunson taking a step back because he saw RJ. There's another one we got to shout out. I don't know if he took a step back because of RJ and Julius had it rolling, or if it was just one of those nights about for Brunson. Going back to Randle, one of the key plays was when he took it to the rim and he dunked on, I think it was Precious Achua, and then you saw the emotion. He was like screaming at the crowd, like, dude, I was so like happy with that because it's just everything that I wanted from Julius Randle happened in that moment. He got the ball. He made a quick decision. He was aggressive, and he put Precious Achua in the bucket. And then the emotion out of it is like we don't really see that out of Randle.
Yeah,
and that's just what I like to see, man.
and especially just about that, the way that Randle shows his emotion, it's very New York-esque. It's like I'm hyped up, but more than anything, I just want to win so badly. It's almost gonna come across as if I'm furious right now.
Yeah,
Which isn't the case. Like he just has that like ferocious New York energy where it's like even when I'm hyped, you're gonna see me not looking happy. You're gonna see me going to work right here. It was just such like a New York moment for Julius Randle, for someone who's had so much love and then also as much hate as any Knick who's ever been an all NBA player has ever gotten.
that's a fact.
So that was an awesome moment to see the entire Garden behind him. That's pretty rare, so that was great.
Dude, that 3-point line defense.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned it in numerous videos, but like tonight was just glaring. I don't know what it was, man, but it was just like what they're shooting threes. Like their offense is shooting threes and they're hitting them. They weren't hitting them at like a Steph Curry clip, but they were hitting them. So just defend the three, and they're just bad at defending threes, yo.
Yeah, no, they straight up are. I mean, I literally saw a tweet right before hopping on here where it was someone said that the Knicks They won the game by 6 points in a game where they shot 60% from the field. And like, how is that possible that you're winning that game by 6 points when you're supposed to be a defensive team that just let the Raptors, a team without a starting caliber point guard, go for 130 on you? And it's not like the Raptors just had one guy explode. Four guys were in 20 plus points. Schroeder had 20 along with 10 assists. Scotty Barnes had 20. OG Anunoby had 29, and then Pascal Siakam had 20, and all of them shot well from the field. They made a litany of threes. There was only three threes made by the bench for the Raptors. It was the starting lineup went in there and just hit a bunch of open jump shots that the Knicks gave to them.
Yeah, this game kind of reminded me of last Tuesday when he lost to Milwaukee Bucks in the in-season tournament
Yeah.
quarterfinals, where like for the first half, the
Uh-huh.
Knicks were like in it, but like Milwaukee was just hitting their shots, and Milwaukee isn't really like a great perimeter shooting team.
Mhm.
But luckily this time around we got out with a W.
That's very quickly. This is very hilarious that you mentioned the Bucks game because right now I am looking at the box score, and in the second half, the Knicks and the Raptors had equal scoring. They each had 70 points, just like the first half of the Knicks Bucks game. So
My
you just
God,
were spot on right there. Just quick shout out to you
my
for
my guy, appreciate you. In one of our previous videos, we were talking about the whole Mitchell Robinson. This is the first game without Mitchell Robinson, due to the ankle surgery that he's gonna get. And we were talking about just the bigs that are gonna have to step up. We were talking about Hartenstein, and we were talking about Jericho Sims. Now, this was super interesting to me. Jericho Sims actually started the game, which I did not think. And I wanna ask you, do you think this was a situation in which Hartenstein went to Tibbs and was like, "Hey, keep me coming off the bench because I'm in rhythm, yada yada yada," or do you think Tibbs saw something in Sims and made him in the starting lineup? Because I was really surprised with that.
I was shocked by that also, especially because Hartenstein's been amazing this season. And as we said literally earlier, when we made that video on Mitch, Hartenstein's going to be the starting center. I mean, maybe not. And look, he played more minutes. He played 27 minutes
Right.
to Jericho Sims' 21. I think what happened is that Tibbs saw that Hartenstein was in rhythm, likes the whole vibe that this bench unit has together, and just said, I'm going to stick with it. Hartenstein will get the starting amount of minutes, but he's coming off the bench, and it worked tonight. I mean, Hartenstein does demand a few more shots than Jericho Sims or Mitchell Robinson do. And in that situation, I think, especially without quickly, when you have Deuce McBride in there, I think that it's the right move to keep Hartenstein off the bench then, because he's going to get those shots. He's going to be able to be the entire player that he is and not just try to replace what Mitch is. And Jericho Sims is the closer player in comparison to play style that Mitchell Robinson is. I mean, we saw it today. He has really good ability to get an offensive rebound. He got three today. And for most NBA players, maybe not for Mitch, but for most NBA players, that's really good.
Yeah, and I should have noted this at the beginning of the video, but Emmanuel quickly didn't play. I believe it was knee soreness, so that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I mean, as far as the whole Sims and Hartenstein, like I'm for it. I'm for Jericho Sims starting and Hartenstein coming off the bench. The thing with Hartenstein that annoys me, man, is that I feel like sometimes he misses like bunnies at the rim. It's like
Mhm.
he's like trying to tap it in, or he tries to be too cute with it, and then I don't know, man. I'm just like Hartenstein. Remember that play where I think it was a pick and roll, and then he got it right down the middle, and he dunked on I think it was Scotty Barnes with two hands.
Yes.
Like, do that. Just be aggressive. I like stop trying to be cute and just trying to like tap it in. Like either grab the rebound and go back up, or just go straight down the middle and just dunk it on someone's head. I don't know. Hartenstein gets me. He's a little annoying with that. Also, want to shout out to a couple of other players, but one in specific. We got to give love to Quinton Grimes
Yeah.
because Quinton Grimes came to play today. Being with the second unit, he ended up with 19 points. Ended up shooting 7-11 from the field, and from 3 point, he was 5 of 7 from 3 point line. And I want to give you some flowers because in one of the previous videos that you said that we did, you said that like maybe Quentin Grimes coming on the court with the second unit, maybe that'll help his confidence, touching the ball more, being more in the rotation. And you were spot on with that because tonight it looked like he was very, very just free flowing with the offense.
I appreciate that, man. And yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to see from Quentin Grimes. I think what we saw from him was a more aggressive version that's not thinking, okay, what I'm here to do is hit threes because the starting lineup needs me to just be a 3 and D guy straight up. We saw him attack the rim. His first shot came within the paint. He missed the layup. And then his second shot, he made that exact same layup. He had the confidence to know that if he was going to miss a shot, he wasn't going to get pulled from the game. He knew that he could do more than just shoot threes. Obviously, part of the reason why he got these 11 shots off the bench is because Emmanuel Quickly was not playing tonight. So it will be interesting to see what happens then. But even in the last game that they played, Grimes played really well while Quickly was playing. So I'm excited about this version of Quinton Grimes. It feels like his confidence is getting back. The issue is that now Dante DiVincenzo went 1 for 2 from the field and 1 for 2 from 3 with 3 points and 19 minutes played. It feels like they just now have officially swapped spots and that there's a problem with whoever the Knicks starting shooting guard is because Brunson, Barrett, and Randle demand a lot of shots between each other.
Yeah, just we're waiting for that Dante game and the Quentin Grimes game, having both good games on the same day. But yeah, Quentin Grimes, salute to you for getting out of the slump. Hopefully, this is a preview of many games to come. So the other player that I wanted to give a shout out to was RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett ended up with 27 points. He ended up with 11 and 21 from the field, which isn't great. From 3-point, he was 3 of 8, which again isn't great. That's actually 37.5%. Something just I give you all the stats, but there's something that I took away from Grimes and Barrett. I see them, especially Barrett. Barrett is just more aggressive with his shooting. Like, I don't see him hesitating with that shot anymore. Like, someone's attacking the rim, the defense is sucking in, and Brunson or Randle, they're kicking it out. And I see RJ just like when he you can tell when he sets his mind and when he sets his feet, like he's jacking it up. And Grimes, now coming off the bench, that's something else that I noticed. He's just more aggressive. Like, it looks like he's just not hesitating. Like, he's like, I'm just taking this shot. He's like rising up and he's using the follow through. So I just want to give a shout out to those two players. Is there anything in particular that you saw from Barrett that you liked?
I mean, first of all, I will take those shooting numbers. 11 for 21 and 3 for 8 from RJ Barrett. We've seen RJ Barrett have quite the career so far in every sense of the word. So to see him just playing well, and it's for the second straight game. We saw the way RJ started the season when Brunson was sort of struggling to get things going inside the arc and Randle was clearly hindered by his ankle. RJ was the best player on the Knicks. And then that migraine hit and he had that rough stretch of 3 games. And now he's had 2 really good games. So hopefully RJ's just refound his rhythm. He's had this problem where when he misses a few games, he comes back and he just seems rusty. He seems like he's not like exactly as confident as he was. Maybe slows down a little bit. But today he was great. Yesterday, he was great. Or not yesterday, but last game on Friday, he was great. RJ Barrett's been balling out once again, which is really good to see. He's such an X factor for this team because if he can play like this every night and allow Jalen Brunson to have a day where he's shooting 7 for 12, having 21 points, also getting 9 assists. So he's playing an excellent game. Was it quiet? Yes. As you mentioned, when we were like, if you're watching the game, it felt very quiet from Brunson. Usually he's quite an impactful player where his buckets are loud in the way where you'd almost say someone like Anthony Davis or even Julius Randle for that matter. He's more of a quiet scorer. It's like it's not that flashy. Tonight, Julius was the flashy one and Jalen Brunson was not. And you don't have to be flashy every night. He had an efficient game, 21 and 9. I'll take the 7 turnovers is not great, but they won. They got away with it. RJ Barrett playing like this is so important for just that. And because it also gives you a legitimate third best player on your team. And that's super important, especially you need those shooting numbers to be good because you don't have Mitchell Robinson getting you 5,000 offensive rebounds per game anymore.
5,000.
So those possessions, you're not going to get the same amount of possessions that you are going to have had in the first quarter of the season.
All right, so before we end this, first and foremost, I want to shout out Ben. Sorry for taking that L today. Sorry for taking that
Once
L
again.
today. Once again. But moving forward now, so I actually did a video, and I was talking about the schedule for the Knicks in December, and it's pretty rough. So actually starting today, moving forward after the win against the Raptors, now the next 8 out of 10 is actually on the road, and then those 2 home games.
Man.
For some reason, they're literally back-to-back against Milwaukee.
23rd and then Christmas.
23rd and Christmas. Like, what? I don't understand that. But it's a good thing that we got this W just to gain some confidence. And some teams that we're playing within December, I know we're playing OKC, the Bucks like we just mentioned. OKC, man. OKC is sneaky, bro. They're sneaky. Chet, SGA is solidified top 10, if not
And
top
Shea's been
5.
beating up on the Knicks for like 2 straight years now. He's one of those guys that, as great as he is, it feels like he hits that other level against the Knicks. And it's not just been an MSG thing. He's just historically for his career very good against the Knicks. I'm curious to see who guards him. I think this is a game where I think RJ probably should because you need someone strong enough, and RJ knows Shea's game very well because they spent a lot of time this summer together through
Yeah.
FIBA.
So we'll see how this month goes, man. It's gonna be a brutal month, and now the Mitchell Robinson injury, and then the Manuel quickly. We got to keep an eye on that. Hopefully, that knee doesn't really bother him throughout the rest of the season. All right, guys. So Knicks fans, we got the W. Let's go. Let's get it. But until next time, make sure to leave it in the comments. Let us know what you liked about the game tonight, and yeah, we'll check you on the next video. Peace.